both maintain this idea of loyalty, of continuity, of development. Has this team arrived now, or is there still some way to go?
Well, we're still on the road, Alan, aren't we? I think the encouraging bit that came out of the after-match debrief that we had, that the players were the first to shout about the fact that we really had to keep feet on the floor and face the challenge of Murrayfield very firmly set in our sights before any talk of anything else. And I think that's encouraging and something we'll be working specifically toward.
So, Alan, how do you assess the total effect of this victory?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, and obviously I know Bob feels the same way, the way he punched me after the game was, it's marvellous to defeat England anyway, but to defeat a side that is probably the leading light in the Northern Hemisphere is great for us. I think it's important to the players, really, because of the commitment they've shown us in the last year, and particularly in the last few months. And it's a major step forward. We turned the corner, I think we turned the corner in the World Cup when we beat Argentina, which probably wasn't significant to anybody else, but we were on the inside and we knew how that massive, the effect of losing to Western Samoa was to the players and to us. But having turned the corner, now we've got to demonstrate that we can do something that little bit special, and you can't beat a better demonstration than obviously beating England.
Well, very briefly, Alan, Scotland next. Step 2 of a possible Triple Crown? Well,
you know, I think we enjoy the company of Scotland, and it's marvellous. It's going to be a Celtic war, isn't it? You know, the players are looking forward to it. I know the Scottish are, so, and we are.
And Bob, briefly, the team for Scotland, when's that going to be announced?
Oh, we're scheduled to announce it on Thursday, Alan, which is the traditional 10 days before the game, and we're hoping to stay with that this week.
Great. Well, thanks, Bob. Thanks, Alan, and many congratulations once again.
Thanks, Alan.
This is no time to be thinking too far ahead to Scotland-Wales. There's still a bit of celebrating to be done after Wales-England. Except to say, the Scots played really well in Paris. No Jeff Probyn to worry about in the Jocks front row, but Doddy Weir and Andy Reid at the line-out, and Gary Armstrong at scrum half. A right handful, just like Dewi Morris. Still, the Jocks will keep for a day or two. Back to Wales-England and a few tributes to the tall men at the Welsh line-out at the start and the end of the match. A bit sticky in the middle period, but honours eventually more than shared with England's tower blocks. Nigel Meek for his throwing in, Hugh Williams-Jones for his boosting, Ricky Evans for pinching the ball off Martin Bayfield on the try line. The back row, tackling and good discipline. No penalties until right at the end. And why didn't John Webb have a go at that long kick at goal? Scrum half, difficult day for Robert Jones against Dewi Morris, but when it mattered, calm and unflappable. Jenkins, Hall, Gibbs, some of the best midfield defence in the history of the Welsh game. Ian Evans, simply inspired. Wayne Proctor, sidestepped by Mike Teague, but also another source of inspiration when he got up and caught Webb from behind, a turning point. Mike Rea, good enough again to keep Anthony Clement on the bench. I can think of no higher praise. And my man of the match, Gareth Llewellyn. He had British Lion stamped all over him.
Well, France lead the Five Nations table. Scotland, Wales and England all on 2 points. Wales the only country with the possibility of a Triple Crown and a Grand Slam. There's also a new Five Nations trophy to be won this season, which ultimately Tri-Count could decide. France go to Dublin in a fortnight's time. Next step for Wales, Scotland at Murrayfield. Well, I doubt whether they needed any motivation, but the Wales B team played Holland last night, just a couple of hours after watching events from Cardiff. The men in red sealed a successful weekend all round. Wales leading by 14 points to 0, courtesy of the Bidgood try and Rob Howley's try, both converted by Alan Williams. Really in command. They're backpedaling a little bit here, but that's Rob Howley going on that narrow side. Strong burst from the Bridgend scrum half, supported by Aled Williams, and Ian Bucket now taking it on for Wales. Lots of support from the forwards. Stuart Roy in there as well. Good work, good platform. Howley on that narrow side again, and it's Aled Williams who scores in the corner. Wales leading 21 points to 7. At
the interval, and it's Howley again who gets the movement going. Nigel Davis to Bidgood, Ian Jones in the line. The loop pass to Nigel Walker. Now Walker with some movement, a lovely jink inside by the Cardiff left winger, and he knows exactly where he's going, between the posts, and the first try for Nigel Walker. Head on. Again, along the line it goes. Nigel Davis, pace from the Llanelli man, looks for support, finds it from Steve Ford. Steve Ford coming over on the wing, and this is his Cardiff partner, Nigel Walker. Does well. Bucket in support. Good play this by Wales. The movement carrying on. That's a Holland player on the wrong side of the ball. The referee has seen it, allows play to go on. Andrew Thomas, the reserve hooker, in there as well. Perigo goes back, tidies up. Great work from the Llanelli flanker. And again, Thomas feeds it. Howley, Bidgood, and Davis coming in at pace as Ian Jones stands there, waits for support. It's there from Walker, and Nigel Walker scores his second. 40 points to 7. Wales B lead here. It's very cold in this stadium as well in Den Bosch, only 4 degrees, but Wales really are turning on the heat here. Ian Jones in again. Ford, the dummy pass to him. Now then, Ian Jones and Ford, and Steve Ford will score here. The Cardiff wingers making their presence felt. Howley, beautifully taken by Alan Williams. Ian Jones and Steve Ford. Just has a little look. That's good play. Stands up. The Dutch players shouldn't have allowed him to have done that. Lots of bodies over the ball, but it comes back on the Welsh side. Williams, the long pass out to Bidgood, and Ian Jones in again. He's been so effective coming into the line, and out to Walker. It gives the Cardiff man room, but look at this, jinking away. It's part of his game he's added, and Nigel Walker has made it a hat-trick of tries, a personal hat-trick, and Wales lead 52-7. Paul Arnold tidying up, passing on. Rob Howley, Ian Jones in there, and Wales looking to add further points, and Steve Ford wants to score another try. He scored one. He's rounded the last line of Dutch defence. Try number 2 for Steve Ford, and this is a real stroll for Wales B.